In this video, I'll walk you through what happened, how the Tesla reacted, and then I'll walk you through the exact steps to properly set up Sentry Mode and the built-in Dashcam so you never get caught without proof. Let's start with what went down. So here's what happened. My buddy was driving, I was sitting behind him, my fiance was sitting in the passenger seat. Now, we were driving on the right side of the highway. A car that was all the way on the left lane, so there was actually 3 lanes, right, middle, and left lane. That car decided that they wanted to overtake from the left lane all the way to the exit ramp that was coming up right in front of us. As they did this, they crossed other cars and not realize we were right next to them. And what this did is actually caused the car to react. Why? Because my friend was driving an FSD, so the car reacted to avoid a car crash. Now, because of that, my friend reacted late and took the wheel, and then we ended up actually going past the barrier point. But we did go through this fence. Now, luckily, nothing happened. We were not injured whatsoever, but the other car, not so much. They barely slowed down and then they took off like a bat out of hell. They didn't come to check on us to make sure we were okay. Now, because of this, our phones went flying. And what that did was activate our emergency crash detection system, which automatically dials 911. And instantly we were connected with the operator. We told them what happened, where we were, and they dispatched police and EMTs, and also the fire department, because once we told them it was a Tesla, of course, like the media always like to tell you, there probably could be a battery fire. But no, the only thing that happened was the car got really scratched up through that fence. So once the cops got there, they asked us for statements, for our information, and also to see if we had any footage. I tried looking for the footage inside the actual display. I actually could not find it. And I thought, man, we are cooked. We do not have the footage. But then I remembered everything is saved on the drive, even if you don't see it on the display. So I quickly pulled the thumb drive out of the glove box, plugged it into my laptop, and there it was. All the footage from the car, you can see it clear as day, going from the left lane and almost hitting us on the side. Got it from the camera in the back, got it from the camera in the front, got it from the camera on the side. So I got all great angles so you can see it very, very clearly. I was able to download this footage and provide it to the police department, and also my friend was able to provide that to his insurance. Now, the cops did tell us that there was a street camera available for them to look at. We later found out that that street camera was not in operation, so they had 0 footage of what happened. So luckily, we were able to provide the footage from the cameras on the Tesla. As I'm saying this, I do remember leaning in to my friend and telling him to honk the horn. He thought I was crazy, but the reason I was doing it is because I wasn't sure how he had his dashcam set up. So at the very least, if you honk the horn, hopefully the footage would be saved. Let's go up to the front and I'll show you how to set up Dashcam and Sentry. So once you're here on your main screen, you're going to tap the little car icon right here, which is your control buttons. Now, immediately in this section where it says controls, you'll see the first icons here. You have Sentry Mode and recording. You can see that mine is turned on, but if you want to turn it off, you just tap it. And when you see the gray button right there, that means it's turned off. If I want to turn it back on again, I just tap it there. Now up here, you see where it says recording. Now, recording is your dash cam. So currently it is recording. So if I were to look in the drive right now, I'll see all the footage of me walking around the car or when I was driving just a second ago. But if I want to turn that off, I can hit that button right there. You can see it's saving. Give it a sec. Now it's saved. Now, in order to set it up, I'm going to go right into the section right here, swipe up and look for the word safety. Once I reach safety, I can turn it on and off right here. You can see when it's off, it says Sentry will not be enabled when you leave the car. I can turn it back on. I can also turn it on so it automatically starts as soon as I park the car. Now, I have that always on, but you can also have it exclude certain locations, or if in your maps you have favorite locations. So you can actually set it up to don't have it turned on when I'm home, so it knows that I'm home right now. So as soon as I hit that, it turns off because I already have cameras around my house, so I actually don't need the cameras turned on for this. And plus, if you leave Sentry Mode on, it does drain your battery. All right, so I can leave that excluded my home, also work. It already knows where my work location is because it's in the maps already. So I can exclude it from work as well, or any of the locations that I have favored on my maps here. So it will not activate in any of these settings. I can just turn those back off, and basically it'll turn right back on in any location as soon as I walk away from the car. Now, if you want access to the cameras through the mobile app, you do have to have this turned on. You can turn it on from here. Now, here's the setting that I was talking about a second ago. For the dash cam, I have it set up for auto, or I can set it up for manual. So manual is what I was doing a second ago where I was tapping on the screen. Or I can just turn off dash cam all completely. Now, I don't like leaving it off, obviously, because I want to make sure I capture anything that happens. I prefer keeping it on auto, so that way if anything does happen, like my friend, I can actually save all that footage automatically. Or I can have it set on honk, meaning that if something happens, if I honk the horn, it'll save the footage for, I believe, the last 10 seconds or 30 seconds or so prior to me honking the horn. Now, I do recommend replacing your thumb drive that's in your glove box from time to time, because it does heat up and wear out over time from recordings that basically get stored on there. So keep that in mind, and if you do have to replace one, or if you are going to replace one, and it doesn't automatically format to your Tesla, you can just plug it in and hit Format USB, and basically the computer will go ahead and format your new USB to actually save any video clips from your dashcam in Sentry Mode. And also from time to time, if you need to delete that footage from your thumb drive, you can come right in here and just hit Delete Dashcam Clips. Now, speaking of formatting your USB drive, make sure that it is formatted to FAT32 or EXFAT. If you're not sure, you can tap Format USB Drive right on the screen, and the Tesla computer will format it for you. So in order to find the footage from your dash cam, you want to go to the little three dots that are right here, open it up, find dash cam. Once you tap on that, you'll find all of your footage right here that it's accessible from the screen on your Tesla Model Y, or any Tesla. So you can tap on any of these, and you can see the footage right there. Now, if I wanted to delete this footage, I can just tap up here, select the footage I want to delete, and hit delete right there and confirm delete. And this is how I find the footage that's on my Tesla UI screen. In our case, we didn't see the footage that we needed from the screen, so I had to pull out the USB drive out of the glove box and plug it into my laptop. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. Open your glove box and take out the USB from the glove box. Plug it into your laptop. Once you open it, you'll see Tesla Cam folders. You can easily just drag and drop the footage you need out of that folder into a different drive, or save it somewhere else on your computer. Now, we provided these clips to the police from the car. It provides them with multiple angles from the front, from the side, and also from the rear, and suddenly the whole situation became clear to the police. Now, to set up emergency calling after a crash on your iPhone, you go to your settings menu. And the easiest way I found to do this is you start searching for the word emergency. And the first one on the top says emergency SOS. That gives you some directions here if you're doing it manually through your phone, through the two buttons on the sides. But if you scroll down, you'll see call after severe crash, and that is turned on. And basically it means that when the phone detects that there was a car accident, it'll automatically start calling 911. Pause this video after the end and go turn on Dashcam and Sentry Mode in your Tesla. It takes about 5 minutes or less, and it can protect you, your family, and your car. If this video helped you out, hit the like button, and if you want more real-world Tesla tips and owner stories, feel free to subscribe. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.